I feel superhuman. I can.
Hi, my name is Wendy Pappas. I did attend the 7 Steps in July, but I took the 7 Steps for the first time, I think, in 2011, 12, 11?
2010.
10, ooh. So we would be here for many days for me to share all of the things that have changed in my life since then. So I guess I'll just share the most important, I think, because that's what really kind of brought me into Total Health Mastery was my own health issues. I struggled with a brainstem herniation, was in chronic pain all the time. Some doctors were flopping between acknowledging that, not acknowledging that, and all were agreeing that my neck was the main problem. I had some bulging discs. 2 of them were oozing, and I had a complete rotation, and my atlas and axis were completely separated, so they weren't even one above the other. So I think that, Arnoux, the biggest thing that you've really taught me is not to have beliefs in your space that do not support what you're trying to create, and that was really hard for me to wrap my mind around. But I think that since July, I've really gotten concrete with that. And so just the other day, I went for a follow-up visit to it was actually, I wasn't going to check on anything, it just happened. And I had an x-ray of my neck done and all this stuff, and it turns out that all of those issues are gone. Now, I thought that was pretty. I mean, I literally had to go and get the other x-ray, and we were looking at it like, are you sure? But that wasn't so hard for me to wrap my mind around. It was for the doctor, of course. But, yeah. And he said that definitely he thinks that that interprets to the fact that my brainstem is probably retracted. He could see that there's cerebral spinal fluid flow and all that kind of stuff. But the big thing for me was part of that test included a nerve conduction test. So he sat me down and he put my hand on this thing. And I've been having a lot of nerve pain. What I do, I use my arm, and had some issues in the past. Anyway, so he looked at me and said, it's a 5-minute test. And I said, oh, perfect. I'm going to practice causing peace. I figured there's 5 minutes, I'd already done it for an hour in the morning, but so the minute he walked out and closed my eyes, I practiced causing peace until he came in. I heard the thing go off, but I just kept going until he actually told me to stop. And then he looked at the screen and he looked at me and he said, I've never seen that before. You literally have one white bar, the rest of it was like red, black, green, not the greatest, but you are completely in the calm state of mind. It's like not supposed to be possible. And he said, I think that I would love to retest you at some point without the meditation. So that tool, causing peace, has gone so far for me. I mean, the combination of the causing peace and the 7 steps, I practice every day in my life. And I will tell you that there's just no way that I thought I would get through some of the things that have put in my path with anything less than something ugly, but I feel like I've been able to do that and actually bring value to the table for people like my soon-to-be ex-husband, who we have 100% amicably and are better friends in a better place now with raising our children than we were before. Things like that just weren't part of my repertoire of beliefs, and now they are like my everyday. And bigger than that is my ability to influence other people in changing their beliefs, because I think it's really, really important.
Do you have any stories you want to tell about clients or people that you've changed?
Oh, well, recently I have had an onslaught of clients who have had great results. I've had about 6 people go off a Synthroid. I've had 2 doctors call me in the last week and say, what are you doing? I had a guy who came for his blood pressure, and I told him, okay, well, that's definitely something we can deal with. Sometimes it takes a while to see changes in blood pressure and that kind of stuff. So he felt so good after his first session that he ran right back to his doctor. And he said, I don't want to go on the blood pressure medication, and I want you to test me again before I'm going to take it. I went to have a colonic, and the doctor said, well, that's great, but I think it probably is going to require a little bit more than that, and it's probably going to take some time. And he goes, well, I'm not taking the medicine, so if you want to test me. The doctor tested him and said his blood pressure is fine. And so he brought his uncle and his mother, and yeah. And I will say this, I am astounded at the changes that I see in people with just water alone, much less eliminating the bad stuff. And Arnoux has always said health is 2 things. It's getting the good stuff in, the bad stuff out. And man, I'll tell you what, getting the bad stuff out, there's just nothing like it. I see people change in their whole demeanor, their whole just everything in such a short period of time. And I think that really the most impactful place that I see it is with anxiety and depression. I think people just get stuck. And it's hard to drink water when you're dehydrated. It's hard to do anything when you're dehydrated, and dehydration is such an issue for so many people. So I love that I get to go to work every day. And although yes, people beside me sometimes there's a little bit of a struggle there, but at the end of the day, they feel better, and I feel better, and I feel like I'm standing in my value, and I'm grateful to you for that.
You're welcome. Isn't that amazing? The results and benefits of our training are only available to members of our private association. To learn more, call 877-680-8200 or visit TotalHealthMasteryUSA.com/7 steps.